Your next step is to make the little loops that are going to hold the strings on your bag. We need to take out take the pattern off and just set that aside. And you should have a piece of tape on both pieces, and this is actually the inside of the loop. So I'm going to take the tape off because I don't want it to get stuck inside my project. And I'm going to go ahead and fold this loop in half and put a couple of pins in here, matching up the ends first, and then one more in the middle. And then I'm going to take my wooden iron and I'm going to crease along this edge, so I have a nice crease. And I'm going to take the pins out. And I want to take half of it and fold it to the center, like so. And I'm just going to kind of flip it over. I want that edge to be tucked all the way into the crease. And then I'm going to, just holding it with my fingers, I'm going to use the wooden iron and press this part. Okay, you got to keep it even. You want this to be parallel along here. Then I'm going to kind of unfold that, flip this over. Again, I'm going to take this edge and I'm going to match it up to that crease. And I'm going to flip it over. And now the two folded edges over here should match. And I'm going to give it a little bit of a crease with the wooden iron. And then this time I'm going to start pinning in the middle. And again, I want those two edges to match. And I put two more pins in so that it should look like this when it's ready to sew. Now, take the tape off the other one and do the exact same thing, folding it so that the wrong sides are touching, and then ending up with a little piece like this. We're getting ready to sew our little loops, but we always need to check to make sure our machine is threaded correctly. So I'm going to stitch about an inch, needle up, presser foot up, pull off to the left. Looks pretty good on both the front and the back. So now we are ready to do the loop. I'm going to zoom in here a little bit so you know exactly where we need to line this up. But before we actually sew, what I'd like for you to do is take a look at how I have my pins in. Some of you put your pins in this side and then the point is out over here. But the side that we really need to hold is the side where the two open flaps are. So we're going to put the pin in and back towards the other side, so that the place that we need to hold is really being held. Now, to line this up, we're going to use the inside of, the inside of the silver left toe. So I want to drop my needle down, or excuse me, drop my presser foot down, make sure I've got it lined up right in the exact spot. Then drop my needle down. Hang on to my thread so I don't get a thread blob. And I'm going to stitch a couple stitches forward. And then I'm going to back stitch 2 or 3. And then I'm going to move forward. I'm going to slow down a little bit because this is kind of a tiny spot. We don't have far to go, but we want it to look nice. So again, I'm focusing on where this edge touches the inside of the silver toe on the left. And I'm just stitching neatly along there, making sure I catch both edges together. I'm not going to stitch on this side at all. If I put it over there, it's just decorative, and we don't need to do that. We're sewing the side that has the two edges that flap up, because we have to sew those together. So almost to the end. Don't forget, take your pins out as you go. And then when we get to the end, we want to do about 3 stitches backwards. And then stitch forward, stop, needle up, press your foot up, pull it off and cut the threads. And if this is done correctly, you'll notice it's nice and neat right along that edge. It's caught the other edge as well. And don't forget, get all those little threads cut. And then these are going to be folded and attached to our bag, and our drawstrings are going to go through there. That's it.